Aragorn continues his journey with the passing of the Grey Company. Now he's going to take over the black-sailed ships and sail down the river to Gondor. Welcome to Part 14, the Siege of Gondor. Here are the boons and burdens that I've earned so far. And the key to this quest is you need to try to finish it in the shortest amount of time as possible. So my deck is filled with card draw and location control. The decks that I have chosen are both 300 decks, where you can't have allied cards in your deck, and each of your heroes can have one additional restricted attachment. Reduce the cost of the first restricted attachment you play on each of your heroes by 1. Refresh action. If each of your heroes has at least 2 restricted attachments, flip this card over. Side B. Each of your heroes can have 1 additional restricted attachment and gets +1 willpower for each restricted attachment on it. Action. Exhaust this card to heal 1 damage from each of your heroes. I have the 300 deck that I have. Legolas. He's a 1/3, 1/4 noble Sylvan warrior. Ranged. Response. After Legolas participates in an attack that destroys an enemy, place 2 progress on the current quest. Then I have Gimli, the 2/2/2/5 dwarf noble warrior sentinel. Response. After Gimli is declared as a defender, spend 1 resource from Gimli's resource pool to ready another hero. If that hero is Legolas, he gets +1 attack until the end of the phase. Limit once per phase. And the third hero is Thurindir. He's a 2/2/0/4 Thurindir Dunedain Ranger, and Thurindir gets +1 willpower for each side quest in the victory display. Setup. Search your deck for a side quest and add it to your hand. Shuffle your deck. The other deck is a Nordal 300 deck. I got Elladan. He's a 2/1/2/4 Nordal Noble Ranger. While Elrohir is in play, Elladan gets +2 attack. Response. After Elladan is declared as an attacker, pay 1 resource from his resource pool to ready him. Elrohir, he's a 2/2/1/4 Nordal Noble Ranger. While Elladan is in play, Elrohir gets +2 defense. Response. After Elrohir is declared as a defender, pay 1 resource from his resource pool to ready him. And the third hero is Erebor. He's a 2/2/2/4 Dunedain Ranger. Action. Exhaust Erebor to choose a player. That player draws 2 cards. Limit once per round. And the starting threat for the 300 deck is 30. And the Moldor deck is 32. And the Aragorn that comes with this quest is a 2/3/2/5 Dunedain Noble Ranger. The first player gains control of Aragorn. If Aragorn leaves play, the players lose the game. While Aragorn has an artifact attached, he gains Sentinel and does not exhaust the quest. And we can put the Army of the Dead into play, engaged with the first player. He's a 4/6/2/8 undead, immune to player card effects. Setup: the first player takes control of Army of the Dead. If Army of the Dead leaves play, remove it from the game. And we can search through our deck for Andriel and raise each player's threat by 1. And each hero gets a resource. Draw our opening hand. I'm going to keep this hand. And there are going to be some proxies that I'm going to be using, and I'll let you know when they come up. I'll be keeping this hand as well. "1A. Attack on Peligir. Set up as a Corsair fleet, Corsair side face up, and the great Corsair ship to the staging area. Each player searches the encounter deck for a ship location and adds it to the staging area. Shuffle the encounter deck." So I got the ship. These are the 2 ship locations. And the Corsair fleet. And to be able to travel to the Corsair, the Great Corsair ship, you have to have 3 ship locations in the victory display. And if you look, there's only 2 in play right now, so the key is to try to get the 3rd as soon as possible. And 1B, 20 quest points. Each ship in the staging area is immune to player card effects. And the players cannot defeat this stage while the Great Corsair ship is in play. When the stage is defeated, the players win the game. I'm going to be using pipe tokens as exhaustion tokens. And a Doors of Durin token to show that I've used Bearvor's ability. Draw a card. A good harvest. We're going to play Deep Knowledge. Doom 2. Everybody raises their threat by 2. And we get to draw 2 cards. I'm going to put an undead golden belt onto Legolas. And then we're going to put a glammed ring onto Legolas. And Andril onto Aragorn. Now going over to the Nordal deck. Draw a card. Song of Wisdom. We're going to play a Deep Knowledge. And each player raises their threat by 2 and draws a card. Or draw 2 cards. I'm going to play a Durin's Ruins. Draw 2 cards and discard a card. Now we're going to play Legacy of Numenor. Doomed 4. Each hero gets a resource. Then we're going to play the Steward of Gondor onto Bearvor. And then a Cram onto Gimli. And then spend one of Eladan's resources to put the Song of Wisdom onto Gimli. Giving him the lore icon. And this was out here. Now we're going to play a... First we're going to go into the questing phase. And we have to put 1 resource onto the Corsair fleet. And then deal damage among each player deals damage among their heroes equal to their characters damage equal to the number of resources on the Corsair fleet. So each player has to deal 1 damage. I'll deal 1 to Thurindir and 1 to Elendil. And now we're going to play a Hidden Way using 2 of Bearvor's resources to search the top 5 cards of the encounter deck for a location and make it the active location. It's Peligir Quays. Now the other deck is going to play another hidden way and try it again. Yes, we got a ship. And that knocks the other location to the staging area. And now we're going to be revealing no cards this round because we're able to get some locations. So we're going to quest for 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. And there's a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in the staging area. So we quested successfully by 9. And that puts 3 progress onto the War Gallery. Exploring it and putting it in the victory display. And 6 progress onto the main quest. Get things a little bit more in order. Now we're going to travel to the Corsair Drummond and shuffle the encounter discard pile into the encounter deck. And then discard cards until a Corsair enemy is discarded. And add it to the staging area. So we got a Haradrim Pirate. We're going to optionally engage the Haradrim Pirate with the 300 stack. We also have Archery 2 because of the active location. We'll put damage onto the undead, and we also have to deal 2 damage because of when the Haradrim Pirate engaged me because there's an active location as a ship. Now we're going to block with Aragorn. No shadow, no damage. And then we're going to ready up Gimli and attack with Gimli and Legolas to destroy the Haradrim pirate and put 2 progress onto the Corsairs to explore it. Now we have 2 locations in the victory display. Go to the next round. As each player is struck by 1 and each hero gets a resource. Draw a card. Strider's Path. I'm just going to keep Army of the Dead here, but he's now engaged with the first player. We're going to play a Campfire Tales. Each player draws a card. We're going to play a Limbus onto Gimli. Now we're going over to the 300s deck. Draw a card. Shadow of the Past. We're going to put an Armored Destry onto Gimli. Now we're going to go to the questing phase. We have to put another resource onto the Corsair fleet. Now we deal out 2 damage to each player. We're going to put 2 onto the Army of the Dead and 2 onto Thurindir. And then we're going to play another Hidden Way. Search the top 5 cards. No locations. Now the other deck is going to play a Hidden Way. Yes, we got an active location. We got a ship location. So make that the active location. So we're going to be revealing 1 card this round. So we're going to quest for 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. There's a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in the staging area. And it's a Corsairs of Umbar. So it brings it up to 9. So he quested successfully by 9. That puts 2 progress onto the active location and 7 onto the main quest, bringing it up to 13. Now, I still have to get 20 progress onto that. So I'm going to travel to the Corsairs Dremlin. And I have to shuffle the cards and discard pile into the encounter deck, and then discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until a Corsair enemy is discarded. Another Haradrim pirate. So the Nordal deck is an optionally engaged the Corsairs of Umbar, and then naturally the Haradrim pirate will engage them. And now I'm going to deal out shadow cards. There's 2 archery. And we also have to deal 2 damage to a characters because of the Haradrim pirate. And we'll take 1 archery onto the... We'll take 2 archery onto Gimli. And now Gimli's going to ready up with Limbus. And then he's going to defend the Corsairs of Umbar. If its attack damages a character, it has 2 defense, so it damages a character. And that character can't ready until the end of the round. Now we're going to block the other one with Aragorn. And no shadow, and he's going to destroy him with Andriel. Now we're going to go to the next round. Each hero gets a resource. Draw a card. And this is a proxy for the even star. I have attacking for... I'm going to play the Good Harvest and say lore. I'm going to play the Evening Star. And put 2 progress onto the Corsair drone of the active location that explores it. And then I'm going to play Heed the Dream. The other player is the card they would draw. And have the Nordal deck search the top 5 cards of their deck for a card. You're going to get a Limbus. Now they're going to search the entire deck for a card. Going to get another Evening Star. Now we're going to put a Rohan Warhorse onto Legolas. And put the Raven Winged Helm onto Gimli. Then we're going to play a Quick Strike and attack the Corsairs of Umbar and destroy them, and that puts 2 progress onto the main quest. Bringing us up to 15. And that readies up Legolas. And now we're going to go over to the 300s deck. I mean the Noldor deck. And we're going to play a Campfire Tales. Each player draws a card. We're going to put a Limbus onto Gimli, using one of the 5 resources from Beravor. And now we're going to use the Limbus to ready up Gimli and heal all the damage on him. Now we're going to go to the questing phase. We put another resource onto the Corsair fleet, bringing it up to 3. Now we have each player has to deal 3 damage. We're going to put 3 on the Elro here. 1 onto the Army of the Dead. And 2 onto Legolas. And now we're going to quest for 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And there's a total of 6 in the staging area. And now, reveal 2 cards. Driven to the brink. When revealed, you either immediately end the quest phase without resolving the quest, or assign X damage among questing characters you control, where X is the number of resources on the Corsair fleet. So you have to deal 3 damage. We're going to put that on the Gimli. Ill Fate, Surge, and the Black Sails. Doom 1. And now we either add 3 to the staging area, 6 threat to the staging area, discard the highest cost attachment. So at the moment we have 6 in the staging area. So we'd be questing successfully by 12. If we added 6, we'll be questing successfully by 6. And we only need to put 5. So we're questing successfully by 6. That puts 6 onto the location, bringing it up to 21. We're going to travel to the Great Corsair ship. And then we have to search for a ship captain and another one. I'm going to put that into play. Now comes the fun part, though, because there's no longer immune to player card effects because he's in the as the active location. So I'm going to play a Evening Star using 2 of Bearvor's resources to put 2 progress onto the active location, bringing it up to only needing 3 more. Then I'm going to play another course Evening Star. And I get to put another 2 progress onto the active location. And then the Evening Star reads, after place 2 progress on any location, resolve this effect again for each copy of the Evening Star currently in your discard pile. You may choose different targets. And I have 1 currently in my discard pile, so I'm going to put 2 more progress onto the... I have 21 progress on the main quest, so I have enough. The Corsair ship is no longer in play, so there's a win. And the resolution. Count the number of resources on the Corsair fleet. There are 3 resources on the Corsair fleet. And I remove the Army of the Dead from the game. And the campaign pool. So that's I think about the quickest you can fulfill this quest. And the MVPs I would say are for the Nordal deck is the Evening Star, and the 300s deck is the Hidden Way. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the Battle of Pelennor Fields. Bye. And I forgot to say the score. The score is 20 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 76, 77, 78, 79, 119 minus 14. So 105.